And I was like, oh, that is gross. It was like a mixture between Spider-Man and Inception. I wish someone had pre-warned me about that. Hello my darlings, it's Richard here. Welcome to another episode of Fabaret. Look, I'm on a spinny chair. Spin time! I'm spinning around, move out of my way. So today, my lovelies, I'm reviewing the In the Heights movie. I'm so excited to share this with you. Musical movies are back, cinemas are finally starting to open up, and showbiz is carrying on. This is a spoiler-free review, my lovelies. So you can watch this review and still go and watch In the Heights without having to worry about any spoilers or anything like that. Fabaret is literally fabulous! Fabaret is all about theatre, music, dance, drama, performance, so if that's your scene, click that subscribe button and join the Fabaret family. Mwah. Now lovelies, you might be wondering why I'm at a slightly different angle today, and why I've got a cool spinny chair going on. Fabaret is all about drama, and boy, it's been a dramatic day for me. I've had a really busy day at work, but also I found out I've had to self-isolate. Don't worry lovelies, I'm fine. I haven't had a positive result or anything. I got that thing on my phone that said you've been in close proximity with someone who's tested positive. You need to isolate for 7 days. So that's why everything looks a bit different today. I've carried my table, my massive wooden table from my living room up to my bedroom, which in fairness would have been an hilarious video in itself, just watching me trying to get this massive table up the stairs and through my tiny door. And I didn't think at the time I could have unscrewed the legs. Yeah, I didn't think about that. And darn it, nothing is going to stop me from bringing another fabulous Fabaret video. Because let's face it, I've got a bit more time on my hands now. One thing I want to show you, and this makes this week even more fun. Come with me. Yep, come on, come on. So lovelies, I just wanted to show you, right, as well as me having to self-isolate for the next 7 days, this is my bathroom right now. Yeah, this is where like a bath or shower is meant to be. So yeah, I don't have a bath or a shower for at least the next 3-4 days. So I have to self-isolate and I'm gonna stink. It's all right though, we've got gin. Everything's gonna be okay because we've got gin. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. So yesterday I went to see In the Heights. In the Heights is the wonderful new cinema adaptation of the 2008 original Broadway production of In the Heights. I was very lucky, I got to see it in 2014 at the Southwark Playhouse in London. And actually I've got a poster for it on my wall of amazing musical theatre posters. Let me show you again. Yep, come on, come on. Oh God, I've just dropped my mic on the floor. Everything's going wrong with this. There's Evan, there's the 6 girls, there's Charlie, there's Jeremy, and there's In the Heights. Oh, come on, are you gonna get back into your thing? Oh, right. So, lovelies, In the Heights, a little summary for you. It came out in Broadway on 2008. Lin-Manuel Miranda is the power force behind In the Heights, and so he wrote all of In the Heights before he wrote Hamilton. This movie has been an ongoing project since like 2011. I researched it. It's gone through so many different like production and filming companies, and finally in the summer of 2019 it got filmed. It was meant to come out in cinemas in like summer 2020. But yeah, there was a little something that happened, which is still happening right now. So the film came out in the UK on 18th of June 2021. So what was lovely, I noticed, first of all, there wasn't any like big name stars in this film. It was just loads of people who have amazing theatrical experience who were perfect for their roles. I personally don't care about the names that's on a film poster or a theatre poster, as long as who I'm watching doing the show is doing a good job. And there was loads of links to the original Broadway show. So Lin-Manuel is featured in the show as the Paraguay guy. So the film starts off with Anthony Ramos. Anthony Ramos, he was just born to play Usnavi. He's just perfect for this role. And what's really sweet, there's a lovely moment where Lin-Manuel goes past, sort of shakes hands with Anthony Ramos, and I was like, oh, that's like a really sweet way of saying, mate, I'm passing the role on to you. I'm passing the baton on to you, mate. Make me proud. And boy, Anthony makes him proud. He's fantastic in this role. I don't want to compare too much the stage show to the film version, because you have to take them both as they are. And this is a film version, of course things are going to be different. I just thought it was really interesting, at the start of the stage show, Usnavi is singing, and he's basically singing to the audience, explaining everything about Washington Heights. And in the film version, it's Usnavi talking to kids, telling them the story all about the area of Washington Heights. I thought that was a nice little twist. Yeah, I really feel that the opening number, Into the Heights, it perfectly captured the spirit and tone of the essence of this community. There were some things in particular that Usnavi says in the opening of the film that I was like, you don't need to be saying that. You could get it all with your face reactions to everything that's going on around you. It did feel like I was being a little bit spoon-fed at the start, but luckily that did sort sort of chill out after a while. I think in fairness, because with the opening number, we're introduced to so many characters, pow, pow, pow. Yeah, maybe they did that because of just moving so fast, they had to give the audience a little bit of guidance, like, you know, quick, look here, now over there, this is that person. Daphne Rubin Vega, she plays Daniela. Oh my goodness, it was bugging me in my head. Where had I seen her before? And then it suddenly hit me about halfway through the film. Oh, that's the girl from Smash. So Daphne Rubin Vega plays Agnes in the TV show Smash. And she's kind of like Angelica Houston's PA marketing officer for the show. She's getting all of the little marketing quotes together and posters and PR and stuff like that. And I was like, oh my God, yes, that's where I've seen her before. And then I got really excited because I saw Dasha Polanco playing Kuka, and she plays Daya in Orange is the New Black.
Who are you?
Her daughter. Who are you?
Her daughter.
And I was like, yes, it's someone else I recognise. And it was so weird not seeing her in prison gear. I was like, oh my goodness, she's wearing colour. She looks awesome. There were some odd bits, particularly in the opening, where Uznavi was trying to explain an awful lot. And then suddenly the camera would cut right to a shot of the character look right to camera, as if we're the point of view of the character they're singing to. And that just felt a little bit off. That kind of took me by surprise a little bit. One thing I never realised until I watched this film, the opening of the In the Heights number, ding, 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 lights up in Washington Heights. That's the same kind of introduction as America from West Side Story. Ding, 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 well, Dolico. I don't know if that was Lin-Manuel's little nod to West Side Story or if it's just a coincidence. It was like a little nod, homage to another Latin musical song. The choreography in this film is amazing. There is so many different styles of choreography going on. What was lovely to see as well is that in all the big dance numbers, you could see there was people of different shapes, sizes, ages. It wasn't all just skinny mini Broadway dance people. It was real people that you would expect to see in that kind of community. So like the first big number was very much like street contemporary musical theatre. Then when they went into Nomi Diga, I was very much feeling Latin mixed with Bob Fosse's style of choreography. And Nomi Diga was the first number where there were some bits that really went out of reality. So that kind of gave me the sense that, okay, when the characters are singing these songs about what their little dreams are in Washington Heights, they go off into their own little fantasy world where anything really can happen. So it's like we're watching an alternate reality within this reality of Washington Heights. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. There were some really clever moments, particularly with Vanessa's song in Daniela's hair salon, where she'd be singing and she'd be walking, going past everyone, but everyone behind her is like in a freeze frame. But it wasn't just like a freeze frame where they're just sitting there going, like there was a moment where Daniela in her salon was spraying someone's hair, and literally it was like a freeze frame of the mist from the spray coming out. I just thought, that's just so clever. Now, 96,000, it's my favourite song in the show. And they've updated the lyrics a bit from the 2008 Broadway version, which I'm glad they did. They made some more cultural references that are more well known to today's audience. But what was really weird, and I didn't really like, they suddenly had the characters doing actions with their hands or something, and then like little hand drawings would come onto the screen to imitate what they were doing. For me, it was just really distracting because the lyrics of that song are genius. You don't need to add any extra visual stuff. So again, with 96,000, it's a big dance number in a swimming pool, and there's loads of different shapes, sizes, ages, fantastic, really refreshing to see. But I will warn you, there was one moment in this number that I was really not ready for. It was a really bendy guy doing loads of like contortion stuff with his arms and neck and everything. And I was like, oh, that is gross. Oh, it really made me cringe. It really makes me cringe seeing people do that. Ugh. So just be prepared for that because I was not prepared for it. I wish someone had pre-warned me about that. But it was cool because I got the feeling that the choreographer with each big dance number wanted to do different dance styles, and he just wanted to get as many different abilities and dances and styles in as he could. So the character of Kuka, I didn't really understand why she was in the film. Every time I saw her, she was just doing body rolls. Like, birdie rolls, birdie rolls. It's like, I get it, this is a fun dancey film. You want people dancing and shaking their body. But like to have a named character who's just turning up just to do that all the time, it just felt a bit awkward. I didn't really understand the point of that character being in the film, sorry. So after 96,000, the pace does slow down a bit for the film. There was a few bits I was quite bored, to be honest. I think because at that point, we've established the exciting vibe of Washington Heights and the community, and it gets to the point where they've introduced all the characters, and then they had to start obviously developing those specific characters' narratives. So that's why it did tone down a little bit in terms of the pace and the speed of everything. But so between 96,000 2000 to the club scene, there's about half an hour of story where I just felt they could have really tightened it up. Like, the film itself is about 2 hours 20 minutes. I felt they could have easily cut it down to about 2 hours. I just felt the style of this story should be shorter, harsher, sharper. I loved the design of the clothes throughout this film. Everything was so bright and colourful. Like, it kind of mirrored the fact that these characters are trying to be all happy and positive on the outside, but slowly inside they're becoming really depressed and sad because their community is slowly fading away. But there's a point in the film where something very sad happens, and it happens during a blackout scene. So all the electricity goes off around the block. That was really moving because you finally saw the harsh reality of what these characters are having to deal with in very dark light, dark clothing. And they used a lot of handheld cameras in that scene, so it really felt like we were in the room with them when it happens. We were in the room when it happens, the room when it happens, the room when it happens. So my favourite actors in this film were Usnavi and Nina. Anthony Ramos, he played Usnavi. He was born for this part. He was just perfect. And we had Leslie Grace playing Nina. And Nina's character is what really brings a lot of heart to this story. And Nina's character is more open about the struggles that she's facing. So I think that's why I was more drawn to her, because she stood out so much more for me than the other characters. But also the actress playing her, Leslie Grace, she just did the character with so much effortless flawlessness. It was fantastic. I mean, Anthony and Leslie, they really both showed every emotion under the sun. Oh, and speaking of the sun, there were some really beautiful shots with lighting. So especially when Nina is listening to the sounds of the block and then the sun is starting to set, and that's where you hear the song, The Sun Goes Down. That bit was really odd actually, that whole song, because just out of nowhere, they start going up and down the walls. It was like a mixture between Spider-Man and Inception. And that got me really confused because I was like, oh, this is definitely a fantasy sequence. But then there's a moment where they sort of walked down the window and there was a family eating dinner and a little boy sees them through the window, walking down the window, like defying gravity, defying gravity. And he noticed it as well. So like, okay, so what, Nina and Benny could just suddenly defy gravity? Okay. I will just finish by saying, lovies, make sure you stay until the end of the credits. So overall, lovies, I'd give this film like a 4.5 out of 5. There was very few things wrong with it, and it was so refreshing to have a musical movie that wasn't focusing on big names to get everybody's attention. Well, lovies, that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed my review, and please send me lots of love and gin and Prosecco and takeaway whilst I'm in isolation. Do you know what will cheer me up whilst I'm in isolation? Subscribe to my channel, lovely. And don't forget, if you tick the lovely little bell, you get notified when I put up new videos. I'll be back next #Theatre Thursday with another vlog. Even self-isolation can't stop me from doing vlogs. Mwah. Love you. Bye. Bye. Bye-bye, darlings.